Everyone has a different way of expressing themselves. Some choose art forms like music and dancing, others like to write poems and prose. However, one of the most underrated forms of art is architecture. Designing a great home is no easy task. A home where its residents can feel more comfortable than anywhere else in the world. Although most architects design homes that fit properly into the urban centers all around the world, there are a few who like to stand out. They use their homes to make a statement. In this video, we will tell you about 8 incredible houses in the world. Have you ever dreamed of living in a house that was just a little bit more glamorous? Well, you're not alone. Pretty much everyone has looked at a mega mansion or a star's home and wanted to live there. But for some lucky people out there, that dream is more than just a reality. It's a way of life. So today we track down some of the world's most unbelievable and incredible houses, some of which the owners don't even want you to know about. Ready to upgrade your understanding of what a house could ever be. Number 8. Let's get it on. Oprah's Beverly Hills. The first thing you're sure to notice about the incredible Oprah's mansion is Beverly Hills is pretty obvious. The $18 million home is really more of a work of art than a simple place to live. As much as you can see by the gates, the fountain at the entrance, and even the trim of the walls, there was a theme in mind behind this wild design. Wild design, that is. While you might think that these flashy displays on the outside would be the most extravagant parts of this otherwise seemingly commonplace mansion, the Opas combines being in your face with incredibly well hidden subtlety. With a whole nother world of elegance hidden just below for only those lucky enough to be let in on the secret. Inside, you'll find a massive crystal room with $100,000 worth of gold champagne. Are you serious? Are you serious about this? You can even shoot it out of a champagne gun? Looking past the retractable glass wall that hides the 85-foot infinity pool at the surface, this mansion has even more luxurious secrets. Hidden within the office is fixed with a second underground pool with a waterfall dropping from the open roof above. Even further below, you'll find a collection of plunge tools, both hot and cold, and even built in salon to keep the owners looking fresh without ever leaving home. But if you ever did need to leave home, what's the point of a glided, gilded house without some equally gold covered rides? Number 7, The Match. Now, this truly lives up to the opus name Cliff Haven when looking for the ultimate getaway spot for a custom built dream house with a better plan than hiding your place in plain sight. At a glance, you might just see a regular old cliff, but take a closer look, and you'll see Phil Hilton's handmade cliff house working perfectly in step with the remote location of the incredibly unique home meant to be completely independent from the rest of the society. The cliffside house is entirely self sufficient, keeping the inhabitants entirely off the grid and in control of their own lives. A set of solar panels higher on the mountain fully powered the home, and the 52-acre plot of land surrounding it provides all kinds of nutritious foods. So there's never any reason to head back into the civilization for supplies. The walls of the house are rock solid, with bedrooms being carved right into the mountainside. And for those who are interested in staying fully off the grid, a rock tunnel out the back serves as a cool secret passageway to the other end of the mountain. Number 6. Alaska is the biggest state in the entire US, and most of that land is just a nature. It's a nature land, and it's just as nature made it. Meaning, if you wanted to build a hidden getaway in the middle of nowhere, there aren't many places better than here in Talkeetna, Alaska. A town so small, I'm sure you've never heard of it before. That's exactly what the owners of the Goose Creek Tower decided to do. It's not hard to see why the locals call this place Dr. Seuss House, with its unique and honestly rather weird design rising 185 feet out of the otherwise empty fields. But take a look inside, and the fantasy aspects only get wilder and wilder made from the imagination of Philip Weiner, an eccentric architect. The design follows a traditional wood cabin style, making it blend perfectly with the untamed natural habitat it resides in. However, the owner never rests in. The house here and with the view from the 17th floor being the perfect line of sight in the northern lights. The house ends up being not just a beautiful building, but an inspiring piece of art that makes any visitors feel connected to the universe just by taking a look outside. Number 5, Moritz. If you were incredibly rich, you probably wouldn't want to show it off too heavily, but still, what's the point of having money if you can't splurge a little bit? Well, that's sort of the exact philosophy behind the St. Moritz Manor in Switzerland. From the outside, it might just seem like your run of the mill humble abode. Let's take a look below the surface. Moritz House has not one but seven basement levels, each with escalating level of luxury and value. At the entrance floor, you'll find an elegant hardwood stairwell leading to an incredible welcoming area. Looking around without knowing what you're going and doing might impress most, but with a little intuition, you might get to see many hidden rooms, offices, and breakfast nook tucked away behind secret passages in the penthouse bedroom. A look under the hood of the house will really blow you away. Buried below are a wine cellar, a private movie theater, and even a ski lodge with a private lift up to the nearby mountaintops, as well as a Himalayan salt rim, an ice chamber, and the cherry on top, a subterranean pool that's a really more of an akin to a lake, and of course, to have the house of this caliber. You're going to need a few cars to match this secretive hideaway. Literally tucks cars underground and then brings them back up, spinning them on a pedestal strong enough to move a 2-ton Bentley. Number 4, aka Palace Yacht. Welcome to the Ark of Helshin, the ultimate fusion of both land and sea living. Looking at this house at first, you might not believe it could actually be seaworthy with its perfect rectangular shape, but the AACAP is able to stand up to waters of any kind and even hurricanes without so much as wobbling the inside on board. The boat looks much like any other luxury mansion, just with a bigger variety of scenic views. The kitchen is fully equipped with everything you could need to whip up a gourmet meal and, of course, serve perfectly chilled wine straight from the wine cooler on the side. Outside, you have both a private terrace and a larger sunbathing area, fully loaded with an incredibly sleek looking dock that lowers straight into the water or up the side of a jet ski. Best of all, the Arc Up runs entirely on the solar electric power, meaning you could never have to stop to refuel. Number 3. So the party never stops on board this incredible home hidden Norway cliff house who didn't dream of living in an epic treehouse as a kid. For one couple, that dream never seemed to die, and they made their own secret clubhouse on the forested cliffs of Norway, known as the Summer House, as hiding places for the perfect natural getaway. Goa tree is pretty good, but a tree on the cliff, deep in the mountains, well, let's just say you'll need more than just a secret password to get into that summer house. Far from a simple backyard treehouse, though, this place is seriously breathtaking with a design that flows perfectly into the surrounding untamed wilds. Despite its incredibly sleek and modern appearance, the summer house is built entirely from natural materials with terrace groves that double as gardens hiding in the house even better, and floor to ceiling windows that make you feel at one with nature, no matter which way you're facing. The summer house has got you covered. All in all, of the summer house is the ultimate fusion of rugged natural hideaway and high-end luxury getaway. Number 2. Well, that's what I call camping hobbit house. Some people like living in big cities while others prefer to live in small communities. But then there are people like Jasmine and Simon Dale who live in a real life hobbit house. This wholly unique country home really does look like something straight out of a Tolkien novel, and it actually kind of works like one because it's located in rural Wales. Every building and installation on the property was custom built by the owners themselves, with the smaller hobbit-like house only costing about 2 or 3 thousand pounds worth of natural materials. Much like the nature-loving creatures of the home's namesake, the Hobbit house is designed to work perfectly in tune with the surrounding environment. with gardens, massive homemade greenhouses, and natural wealth, providing everything anyone living there could ever need to survive. What's a self sufficient home without literally being off the grid? The electricity here is provided through solar panels so the home can function fully on its own without any need for pesky old civilization. Number 1, 924 Bel Air Road. The US is a pretty big place with a lot of very rich people and they have very nice houses, but 95 Bel Air Road, nicknamed the Billionaire Range, is the most expensive house in the entire country, listed for sale at the sky high price of $250 million. Once you've seen everything with this luxury home has to offer, you see it's worth every penny. The billionaire boasts an impressive 12-bedroom suite and a whopping 21 bathrooms. My question is, what the hell? What mega mansion is complete without an extra wide helipad for multiple helicopters? Of course, on top of that, you'll never get bored again with how many dedicated entertainment and relaxation rooms there are, including a private movie theater that seats 40 people, a bowling alley, 5 separate bars, a classic 85-foot infinity pool, and even a candy wall. Bel Air is stocked with a personal wellness studio, massage parlor, and of course, a fully stocked gym. Add to all that massive kitchens and quarters for a private chef and full staff, and well, you might not ever need to go outside again. But then again, why would you want to hit a house like this floating house?